Good morning, everyone. My name is Julie. I am the owner and founder of Lady Faulty. You are either watching this video on my Facebook channel or my Facebook page or my YouTube channel. And thanks for watching. Today we're going to be talking about the Soul Star Chakra. It is the last chakra. Sorry, I'm just picking up some stuff here and knocking some stuff over. It is the last chakra of this video series that I am doing. In this series, it's our 9th chakra, but there are actually, I just wanted to mention, there's actually 108 chakras that you have, which is the number of mala beads that you have if you have a mala. And when you say the mantra 108 times, it's for each chakra in your body. But most people know the common 7. I did the video series on 9. And if you want to go back and watch those, you can watch those. But today we're finishing up on our last chakra, which is the Soul Star Chakra. So today's video is going to be basically what is it good for, and the next week's video is going to be about the tools, so herbs, oils, deities, all kinds of things that you can use if you are working on your Soul Star Chakra. And then we're going to be rounding that out. And so after that, which I thought was kind of well timed anyway, because then we're going to be really getting into the holiday season, and I thought we would focus a little bit more maybe on some crafting. So we'll see how that goes. And maybe we won't need a video every week. Maybe we'll go every other week or something. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to skip a week for Thanksgiving. We're going to skip a week for Christmas. Sorry, my chapstick is a lumpy. So I'm just kind of winging it like I normally do. I have found a lot of times when I schedule things out too far, I get guided to do other things. And so then people are like, why did you change it? It's like, I don't know. I was just felt like I needed to. Some people get that and some people don't. A lot of times, some people hear voices, some people see people, the deceased, whatever. We're going to talk about those next year, all the different Claire gifts. So that'll be on topics for next year's videos. And it'll be basically the same thing. Each month we'll do, we'll go over what the Claire is and what you can use if you want to try to work with that Claire. If you're brandy new and don't know what a Claire is, the name of, some people call them gifts. Some people call them, I don't know, what, all kinds of things. Some people call them curses, whatever. Clairs are the different types of ways. So seeing, smelling, hearing, your spirit guides, ancestors, angels, whatever you choose to call them, higher self. So we're going to talk about that. It's not really going. I feel like I need to do that again. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes I just get that, like, nope, that was not good enough, and that was not enough smudge. Need to do it again. And I don't hear a voice, and I don't see anybody. Not at this time. I have in other situations, but not at this time. Mostly this is just a immense urge that I have to do it again. It's like, nope, that wasn't enough. Do it again. That wasn't enough. Do it again. And learning to trust that part of me. But anyway, off topic as usual. Um, I did a little contest, not a contest really, a post in Facebook about the first three people who tag three people would get a free reading from me. And I did not realize that that literally was going to take about 30 seconds. Um, so congratulations to the three winners. I will be getting those readings to you within the week. But I think next contest or whatever I do, enter to win, is going to have to be changed up a little bit, because literally, like, the post came out and like 30 seconds later I had three winners. So, which is great for them. I'm very happy for them, but we're going to have to change that up a little bit. So, and a reminder for today, for Thursday, working with my rose quartz here. This is the one I showed you in Monday's video, just because it was right here and handy. But I am wearing my little rose quartz this morning. Just a reminder, Thursday. It's because the moon is void today, and so energy is going to be a little flat and stagnant. And so I'm going to be pulling in some extra kindness and compassion and love. My book from Monday's readings, oops, paper's falling out, is still sitting here. I really need to spend some time this weekend in my space, because you cannot see it, because I try to push everything to the side so you can't see it in the video, but it's a mess. It's a big mess. All right, getting started. On the 9th chakra, reminder that there are actually 108 chakras. Most people don't work specifically like naming them and locating them. But if you are working with a mala and doing a mantra, you are actually working with 108 chakras. But most people, like I said, do the basic 7. Did I not bring my book over? I did not bring my book over. But I am doing 9. So I covered the basic 7, and then we also covered the Earth Star Chakra, which is about 12 inches below your feet. And today, the Soul Star Chakra is about 12 inches above your head. Little side note on there, most of you have probably seen where they do aura pictures. They take a picture of your aura. Some people can naturally see other people's auras, and your aura is typically about 12 inches out from your body all the way around. So when we're talking about like the Earth Star Chakra, it's right at the bottom of your feet. It's the lowest part of your aura, where the Soul Star Chakra is 12 inches above your head. So it is the highest point of your aura. I really would love to go have my aura picture taken, but it's kind of expensive. Anyway, so what does your Soul Star Chakra do? Well, it does a couple of things. It connects you to the stars, so kind of, in the name, star. It also helps connect you to your spiritual, your higher, not really your higher self. Let me think about how I want to say it. It's more about ascension, because our third eye helps us connect to our higher self. Having an open crown chakra also helps some in doing that, in your spirituality. And so the Soul Star Chakra is almost like an extension of those. It helps you connect to the stars. It helps you ascend and with your spiritual development. And it can even help with portals and accessing other dimensions. So there's quite a bit there. One of the things I did want to say when I was learning about the soul star chakra versus a lot of the other chakras, we talked about it being either open or closed, or blocked or unblocked, overactive, underactive, things like those terms were used in talking about your other chakras, and how we needed to kind of balance those to be in the middle, because you didn't really want one of your chakras to be overactive, and you didn't really want them to be underactive. You wanted them to be balanced. In this case, from everything I learned and what I read, it's a little different for this particular chakra. It doesn't seem like there is a necessarily blocked or underactive, so to speak. It's more of like it's either opened or it's closed. So in reading about it and getting ready and everything, I didn't seem to read anywhere where it was like it could be overactive, is more, I guess, where I'm going with that. It's either it was closed or it was open. And it didn't really seem like there was, if it was open, that there was anywhere in what I was reading that it would actually be like an overactive chakra. Again, I'm learning these things. Some of these things I've known for a while. Some of these things I have to, I know part of it, and I have to go in and read to give you enough information to make a video. And so last night I was reading through different books, and I was like, I can't find anywhere where it says this chakra could be overactive and what would happen if it was overactive. So from everything that I was checking for facts and stuff last night, that doesn't seem like that's a thing. So I just wanted, because normally that's what we talk about, what happens if it's underactive and what happens if it's overactive, and then we talk about the tools and things to help keep it balanced. But I didn't seem to really find that kind of information. It seemed like it was either closed or open. For some people, it's, again, naturally open. And we've talked about that with the other chakras. Some people are just very well balanced. Some people are naturally open on certain things, balanced on things. Some of us had things we had to work through, a lot of different traumas, different things that have happened to us will block chakras, depending on, what chakra it is. Different things may have happened to you that have kind of closed you off to that. And then you have to work through a lot of things. It's not just like, okay, I'm going to get a few crystals and I'm going to align my chakras. Those will help. But a lot of people have some emotional things to deal with and to work through to actually help them balance those chakras, where this chakra, again, doesn't really seem to fall quite in that same kind of category. It's more like either some people naturally have their star chakra open, or some of us don't. And for those who don't, again, there are things to work with to open it, and we'll talk about all of those in next week's video. But it doesn't seem, again, from what I was reading and fact checking and stuff, that there was necessarily anything that was that could be traumatic that would close that off for you. It's just some of us have it open and some of us don't, and for those that don't, we can work on ways to open it. So it may seem like it's a little easier to work on that, but it's a tough one, I think, in my opinion. I really struggle with my throat chakra, and I have for a long time, and that goes way back to lots of different things that happened to me over my life to block my throat chakra. And then for me, when I actually get it, when I get up and unblock it, so to speak, then it's overactive. So it's my throat chakra is not balanced. And people are like, well, you speak your truth. And I'm like, yes, I do, very loudly and rudely and not in a productive way sometimes. So my throat chakra is not balanced. So like, again, there's that underactive and overactive, where with the soul star chakra, again, it doesn't really work that way as far as what I'm reading and understanding about it. So it's, again, it's a little different. So it's a little hard for me to, you know, do a video on this because, like I said, normally I tell you all about what happens if it's underactive, and then I tell you about all the things that happen when it's overactive. And then we get ready for next week's video, which will tell you about the tools to use. But again, it seems like it's different. It's, again, I'm repeating myself, but I feel the need to, and I don't know why, but I feel the need to, that it's either closed or it's opened. So somewhere out there, there's somebody that needs to hear that a couple of times to get that somewhere. That's what I'm getting. Somebody needed to hear that over and over again. So again, it's about 12 inches, which you cannot see that, but it's up there, over my head. And like I said, we covered that it's the very top of the aura. So your aura is about 12. I'm not good at measurements, so don't hold me to this, but about 12 inches all the way around your body. In front and back is your aura. And so the soul star is at the very top of your aura. In Sanskrit, the chakra is called, and I will not say this correctly, is Sutara, which is Sutara, and that translates to holy star. So we know, or most of us know it, whether we realize we know it or not. But the star is a very holy symbol. It's a very sacred symbol. You know, we see the star in so many places, and I think, not to get off track here a little bit, but so many people don't really, it's one of those things like you see it all the time, so you don't really think about it anymore, kind of a thing, I think. We see the star everywhere. I don't know about other places, but where I live, everybody's got one of those big metal stars on their front yard or their house, me included. I do have one on the front of the house. And they're everywhere, and I think people kind of have really forgotten how sacred the symbol is, and all of the meanings that are behind it. One of the things is that it is actually a picture of the human body. So if you actually held your hands and your feet out, you have your points, and then your head is the fifth point of a star. So it actually is a representation of the human body. It is also a representation of the five, I say elements, or directions. I'm not really sure that's the correct term either, but it's the four directions, and the fifth point at the top is spirit. So you have your northwest, east, south, and the top point would be spirit. So the star has a lot of different representations. We've also heard about the star in a lot of different religions. There was the star in the Bible for baby Jesus. There's lots of different star references and lots of different religions, but that's probably the one that most people would be common with, is when baby Jesus was being born, they were following the star, the light of the star. Anyway, back to soul star chakra. I get distracted. All right, so when your soul star chakra is closed, you're really not going to realize much of anything. Like I said, it's not like the other chakras that when it's blocked or underactive. Um, for example, if your heart chakra was blocked, you would be feeling very sad and lonely, and all those things that go along with that. Whereas if this chakra is your soul star, if your soul star chakra is blocked, you don't really have let's say, a negative sort of experience with that. So I guess is the best way to put that. But when it is open, you are going to feel a very almost like a wave of peace come over you. I think mine is starting to open. I don't think mine is like fully opened. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like it's like starting to open. I feel like a lot of these things as I was reading them, I'm like, yeah. But then there was parts that was like, I don't think I'm there yet. So, I think it's slowly happening for me. So you're going to feel at peace with things. I have over the years started to learn to just be at peace with things in general. When things happen to me, I don't get upset as much because I understand that there's a reason for it. I might not understand it, I might not like it, but there's a reason for it. And that really, really has changed a lot of things for me in my life because I do kind of go to anger really quickly. And just having that acceptance and that understanding that there is a purpose for what is going on. I just, in my muggle little mind, I can't comprehend it right now, but someday it will, make sense. So that has helped a lot with my life in general, just that little tiny bit of information, that things happen and I might not like it and I might not understand it, but it is for a reason. And, usually there's a lesson in there, and lessons are usually not fun. When we have a lesson, it's usually not a fun lesson. It's usually a lesson that we don't really want to learn. And sometimes that's why we repeat things over and over and over again, because we didn't learn our lesson the first time. So the universe keeps throwing it back at us until we figure it out. You had a history of bad relationships. I had to go through quite a few bad relationships because I wasn't learning my lesson. And when I finally figured it out, like instantly, I met my husband. Well, I've known my husband my whole life, but re-met him, he came back into my life almost instantly after I figured it out. It's kind of weird, but it was all for a reason. I had to figure that out before he could come back into my life and be my husband. Back to Soul Star. Sorry. So there'll be a sense of peace. There will be a great capacity for holding space for people. Now, if you are in the metaphysical circle, you've probably heard that term quite a few times, holding space. You hold space for someone. It's very similar to praying for someone. It's very similar to keeping them in your thoughts, kind of a thing. It's just a different terminology. But a lot of times when we hold space for people, if we're not in a good place ourselves, it doesn't always work the best for us. If you're holding space for someone and you're jealous of them or jealous of their relationship or jealous of their job, or you're not really holding space for them. I mean, you might be, if they're sick, you might be holding space because they're sick and you have good intentions, but sometimes our whole intention is not pure, is not in the best for the person. So When that soul star chakra is open, you will be in a much better place for actually holding space for someone, with a pure intention for that. When it is open, energy will flow through you much easier. Energy flows through us all the time, and a lot of us have to smudge, and we have to clear, and we have to meditate to get rid of those energies that we don't want. We have to work with crystals, we have to work with oils, we have to do visualizations and all kinds of things to get rid of the energy that we don't want to carry. So when that soul star chakra is opened, those energies will flow through you much easier, and you won't have in my opinion, you're going to always smudge, you're going to always need to do those things, but I think it will be a much easier process, and your understanding of the energies that are flowing through you will be much what's the word will be a lot easier for you to understand that they're not your energies, because that's a really big one for a lot of people, is understanding that the energy is not yours. That's why I do my weekly videos on the energies that are coming at you for the week, so that you can kind of be prepared and understand when you're getting all these feelings, or you're really irritated for some reason or whatever, that it's really not your energy that you're feeling. It's the energies of the atmosphere, of your surroundings, of other people. All those things take effect on you, and you can pick up on those energies. And knowing that those are not your energies, which I still sometimes have a hard time with. Like something might happen, and then after the fact, I was like, that was not my energy. And I have to kind of go back in and think about what I did and how I did it and how I could have done things differently, and to work through those energies so that for the next time I can be better prepared for that. But those energies will flow through you much easier, and you'll have a much easier time getting rid of energies that you don't want, and you will have a much easier time identifying energies that are not necessarily yours. The other great thing about your soul star being open is manifesting is going to be so much easier for you. I myself have experienced that a little bit in the last couple of months. I'm not a big, and people don't like it, but I am not a big grid person. I don't set up big grids. I think so many grids are beautiful, but my belief is that placing the stones in a certain arrangement are not, sorry, there's a lot of people out there, I don't think that's going to change anything as far as the energies from the crystals. I believe the energies are there, and they're going to do their job whether you place them in a pretty pattern or not. There's a lot of people out there that are going to be like, and if you love to grid, go for it. I'm not saying if you grid, stop gridding, it's pointless. That's my opinion. I think so many grids are beautiful. I think so many people who do grids, the process of doing the grid is more about the manifesting than the grid itself. And I believe that it can be very calming and meditative and relaxing to people to make grids. But I honestly don't think that placing the stones in a certain pattern or arrangement is going to make the crystals any stronger. Just my 2 cents on that. But manifesting is where I was going with that. Again, like I said, I think my soul star chakra is like cracked open. I don't think it's open, but I think it's starting to crack open, because like I said, the sense of peace is coming much easier to me. Holding space is starting to come easier for me. the energy flows, I'm starting to be more aware of those. And manifesting seems to be going quite well for me the last few months. I needed to manifest some money for vacation, and before I knew it, I got a check from my boss for my insurance. I got a rewards card from my insurance company that was had $100 on it. And then yesterday at work, my boss told me that we were overcharged for our insurance last year and we're getting a check back. So, like within a couple of, not even a couple of months, within probably a month's time, I've manifested about $700. So I was like, well, there I go. I got to do that more often, I guess. But anyway, it does work if you put in the work. So one of the other things, this is one of the things I'm not doing well, not because I don't know, it doesn't come natural to me, it doesn't come easy to me, is channeling. And I really struggle with that one. So that's why I'm saying I don't really think that my soul star chakra is like open, because like for channeling, I got nothing, like, or at least not in a way that I'm aware of it yet. Anyway, so one of the other things of your soul star chakra being open is understanding that time and space are not linear. I totally get the concept and I totally understand it. I understand the concept, but sometimes it's hard to wrap my head around what that would actually look like. But the best way I can kind of describe it, and I've used this to describe to other people, and they seem to kind of understand what I'm saying. So if time was a line, right? And so this is last week, and this is next week, per se. And we are going, so this is last week, and we're going along to next week, right? That makes sense. That's the way, this was last week, and we're going to follow this line along till next week. Well, think of yourself as an energy that is actually up here, above the line. And instead of being on the line and following the line across, you're actually up here. Your energy source is up here. And you might be like, I'm going to go right here. And then you go, well, I'm going to go right here. And then you go back. No, I'm going to go back over here. And then you go back. So it's more of, I know it says time is not linear, but most people can't understand that time is just everywhere and it's all around us. And it's very hard to wrap your head around that kind of information and really understand what that means. So for me, the best way to think of it is time is running like this. And so I guess I'm probably explaining it actually backwards, because you're here and time is all around you. But in this concept that I'm kind of explaining is more time is still here and you are here and you can bounce around time. But I think it's easier for people to understand that, that, you know, we can be like, just like if you're traveling, like you go to work, you go home, you can go back to work and you can go back home. Then you can go to the grocery store. And so you can go wherever you want. And I think it's the same in time. We have that capacity. We just don't know how to use it. But by understanding the time is like that, and again, if your soul star is open, that's going to make a lot more, I don't want to say that's going to make a lot more sense. It's going to be, you're going to understand it, and it's going to make, how do I want to say that? I know what I want to tell you, but I'm getting caught on the words. Your awareness of it is just going to be that's the way it is, and you're just going to have acceptance of that, and you're going to understand that, and it's going to make sense. It's just going to seem natural and normal, and you're not going to have to be like, what did she say again? How does that go? You're just going to be like, yes, I understand, it makes sense, I get it, I agree, kind of thing. I probably didn't explain that well, but hopefully you get the gist of what I was saying. So what else have I got here for notes? All right, so for the channeling part, I did want to just kind of go back, as well as probably probably all of it, but really the channeling and the manifesting and the holding space part of it. Really, when that happens, and I don't really think that this is something I particularly need to say, but I want to say it, is when that soul star chakra is opened. I really feel like once that happens and you have that understanding and that awareness, and kind of like just the light bulb comes on for you, that you're going to really be in a place of peace and a place of good intentions, and a place of, like I said, holding space for people is going to be much easier, because you're not going to feel that jealousy or that anger or greed or any of those things. Not to say that you won't feel it at all ever, because we're human beings and those are emotions that we have. But as far as holding space for people, I think we'll be and once that soul star chakra is open, you're going to be at a place where you really do want good for other people. And so those things, again, will just come a little more easily to you for holding space and channeling and manifesting and things like that. But we have to understand that sometimes we get these things. If you are somebody who gets a lot of different messages, and this doesn't just go to the soul star chakra, I guess this is a little side note, but it does include the soul star chakra. If you're somebody that gets a lot of messages, you are getting channelings from people, higher self, angels, spirit team, ancestors, whatever, this is coming through for you. You need to, or we all need to, be able to wisely use that information. And that comes really hard for a lot of us. We're like, okay, I have this information, and what do I do with it? And I'm not going to tell you I have all the answers, but I will tell you that, I know even sometimes when we have the best intentions for things, it doesn't always seem like that to other people, because other people aren't always open to that type of information. So however it looks for you, I'm not here to tell you how you can, do things as far as that goes. If anybody wants help, I'm certainly glad to, jump in there and try to help you. But we really need to, any kind of information that we're channeling, downloading, getting from spirit guides, whatever, we really need to use that information wisely, and make sure that we really do have the other person's best interest at heart. And sometimes, which really sucks, sometimes I just really feel like the best thing to do is not interfere. I don't impose myself on other people, and I don't. Sometimes there's like somebody, for example, somebody that I know, and I know there's some things going on with her, and I really, really, my mother side of me really, really, really wants to take her and say, like, listen, I want to help you. Let me do this for you. But I have to wait for her to come to me. I have to wait for her to step up and tell me she's ready for this. as much as I want to help her and as much as I want to be there for her and, you know, help her through all the things she's going through, she has to come to me. I don't approach her. And other people don't work that way. And again, I'm not here to tell you you can or cannot do that. But that's just for me, you know. And I've told people in the past, like, I don't ask my pendulum. I don't do card readings or anything for people unless they give me permission. Like, I don't sit here and ask questions about my friends or my family members. I don't ask questions about my husband unless it's directly involved for me, like something for me to do with my husband. But honestly, I don't even ask those questions almost ever, because, side note here, if you go back and watch my video on pendulums, I recommend you don't ask questions that you might not want the answer for. And, or it's not so much that I don't want the answers for, but I don't want the pendulum to, what's the word I'm looking for? Predetermine, I guess. Like, I don't want to be in my relationship with the whole, like, he's going to do this, he's going to say that, I know he is, because my pendulum told me. Kind of thing. Like, you know, I want to just be in my relationship and just enjoy my relationship. I don't want to be asking my pendulum if something's going to happen or not happen or whatnot. And then, you know, almost predetermine it, because then it's like, if your pendulum told you that was going to happen and then you're looking for that to happen, you know, like if your pendulum, for example, I don't know, my pendulum told me we were going to have an argument. I would be looking for an argument, and most likely I'm probably going to make an argument. And I don't want an argument. So when it comes to relationships and like my own death and stuff like that, I don't ask the pendulum. I don't want to know those things. If you want to know those things, go for it, but not my recommendation. Anyway, back to using the information and everything that we have wisely is a tough one. We are human beings. We have our own emotions. Whether we like it or not, we have our own agendas. There's something popping up on my screen. I don't know what it is. And so when the soul star chakra is opened, that is a much easier area to cover and not have those emotions come in for us. Thought I was going to sneeze, sorry. So, ramblings of a crazy lady in the morning. Information you integrate, please use wisely. Sums it up, right? We talked about the star and the symbol of the human body and the spirit already. So basically, I'm just going to do a quick little recap here. I wrote a section here of just to recap things to cover, because even I know I get off topic. So again, soul star chakra, the what's of it, I guess, are a deeper sense of clarity is something you would have to look forward to. Like I said, I'm starting to get there. I don't think I'm completely there, but I think I'm starting to get there towards clarity on not like clarity on my life. I mean, that's never going to happen. But clarity as a human. No, that's not what I want to use either. Sometimes I get stuck on words. I know I say that all the time. Clarity on, I don't even want to say the universe, but that's kind of the closer, like how the universe works, how our world works. Not even our world, because it's bigger than that. On just being, I guess. I'm not happy with that either, but I can't think of a better way to say it. But a deeper sense of clarity, you will be attuned to nature. So that's one of the things. And nature doesn't necessarily mean you have to be out in the forest. If you live in a city and you're like, I don't have nature, you do. It's all around you all the time. The air, the stars, trees, plants, the ground. I mean, nature's around you all the time. It might not be nature as the way we think of it as trees or a forest or whatnot, but nature is around you all the time, and you will be better attuned to that. And the one that I really am hoping for and would like to have more of is attunement to my own intuition. Intuition is a big thing for me. That is basically how I work and how I function, is off my intuition. And so being attuned to that, and again, I think I'm getting there. And it's exciting and scary and fun and crazy, and but I'm enjoying it overall. And things to do, to look forward to do, and even doing these things and practicing these things could potentially help open your soul star chakra, is setting intentions. So, we've talked about setting intentions at the new moon, but really, you can set intentions anytime. It doesn't have to be at the new moon, but at the new moon is just a really good time to do it. But you can set intentions anytime. You can set an intention stirring your coffee. We've talked about that, doing things with intention. So if you're making your coffee and you're stirring your coffee, you could be filling your coffee with the intention that you're going to enjoy it with love and peace and tranquility, whatever. You can be preparing a meal with intention. Intention is all around us all the time. And again, it's that sense of peace and the sense of doing things without anger or jealousy or greed. Like, we're not setting the intention to do this to get something back for ourselves. You can be making a meal with intention that your family's going to enjoy it, and it's going to be nourishing for them, and you're filling it with love for them, kind of thing. So you can do anything that you're doing with intention, and being aware of it and being aware that you're doing it for good intentions is a big thing. So setting intentions and manifesting are some really good things to be doing. And the other thing I wrote down is, again, it's not something that is my thing, but a lot of people do enjoy journaling. It's really popular right now. You hear about it all over the place. People are journaling. People have their journals, different types of journals. Some people, it's more of an art thing than actual writing. But however you want to do it is perfectly fine. Like I said, it's not really my thing. But try, if you are somebody that likes to write, what they call reflective or channel writing. So what that means, basically, in a nutshell, I'm just trying to wrap it up here because I have to go to work. But channel writing or reflective writing is when you're writing just everything that's coming through for you, you're writing it. You're not worried about capitalization. You're not worried about spelling. You're not worried about punctuation. You're not stopping to do any of that. You're just writing everything as you think it, as it comes through to you. And then afterwards, you can go back and do all the pretty stuff. Make sure your spacing's right, your spelling's right, your capitalization, whatever is right. But reflective or channel writing is just, I would recommend, not doing it in a busy restaurant, but you can if you want to. But my recommendation would be to find like a space for yourself. We've talked about spaces before. someplace you can go, someplace where you feel safe, someplace where you feel calm. Maybe smudge, light a candle, use some essential oils, whatever, you know, your thing is. You could place some crystals around if you wanted to. If you really wanted to call in that, maybe some quartz would be good to have some quartz around you. Again, these are just ideas off the top of my head. So if you want more help or more information on anything particular that I have said, go ahead and comment or send me a private message. Just let me know what it is you're actually looking for, because if you're watching this video later and then you ask a question by something that I have said, when I'm reading your comment, I don't always know what you're referring to. So just kind of give me a hint in there sometimes. Somebody asked for information the other day, which is perfectly fine. I'm more than willing to give her information. I just didn't know what information she was looking for. She said, "Can I have more information on this?" And I'm like, I don't know what I was talking about when she asked the question. Yes, I can go back and watch the video based on the time of her comment and try to figure it out. But if you guys just, if you have a comment or a question, just kind of give me a little bit of a hint of what you're talking about. But anyway, if you make a nice space for yourself and just get a piece of paper and your pen, this thing's moving over there, and just sit down with the intention that for the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, I'm just going to write and not think about punctuation, not think about spelling, not think about anything like that, or proper grammar. We're just going to write everything as it comes through. And then it would be interesting to go back and read what you wrote, you know. So some other things. We already talked about the fact of the overactive and underactive, that it's not really a thing with this. Just checking my notes to make sure I didn't skip over anything that I want to touch base with you. The last thing is when your soul star chakra is open. One of the other things that's going to come much easier to you is aligning of your chakras. So right now, a lot of us have to really pay attention to that, and we have to work on those things. I have a couple of chakras that are not balanced and that I have to work on a regular basis. And with that soul star chakra being open, again, it's going to help balance that. I kind of think of it personally for myself, it's more the other way around. I think of it more as once my chakras are aligned and balanced, that's actually going to help open my soul star chakra, because I'm going to be in a better place. So I guess whichever way you want to look at it is fine. But in my mind, to me, if I'm working on getting myself centered, myself balanced, my chakras aligned, and all of that good stuff, that by doing that, I'm actually working on opening my soul star chakra at the same time. So my 2 cents on it. And if you don't see it that way, that's perfectly fine. I'm not here to tell you my way is right, your way is wrong, or anything like that. My videos are here to tell you what I understand, what I know, and what I've experienced. And I've told people, I'm like, maybe someday I will do a video that is going to contradict this video. And that may be because something has happened in my life to expand my knowledge or expand my wisdom. And now the wisdom I have right now is not correct. But to the best of my knowledge, as of right now, as of making this video, this is how I understand it, and this is my wisdom. And again, you don't have to agree with all of it. You don't have to agree with any of it. If you don't agree with any of it, you're probably not watching the video, though. So, but anyway, My hope is that in some way, this video, even if it's a small little teeny way, will help one person. I don't need thousands of followers. I don't need fans. I don't want fans. I don't want to be famous. You know, a lot of people are making these videos because they want to be YouTube famous or whatnot. I don't want to be famous. I want to help somebody. And like I said, if this video helps one person in one small way, then it was worth my time to make this video. And that's all I care about, really. I have products that I sell. I don't push them on you. If you have, I let you know that I have them, and if you are interested, then you can certainly let me know, and I will help you the best I can. But I don't hold up my products. I don't give you pricing. I don't, tempt you with them or anything like that. There's lots of places out there you can buy those things if you want them. The products I have here is more if like somebody contacts me and like I need that right now. I don't want to go order it. I don't want to wait 2 weeks for it to come, whatnot, and I'm like, okay, I have one of those in handy here for you, and I can get it to you and things like that. So I'm not here to, again, make millions of dollars on selling products. That's not what I'm here for. I don't have a card handy, but it's the same as on my webpage. It's encourage, educate, and enlighten is really what I'm here for. Not to make money. Apparently I can manifest that on my own in other ways. So anyway, I have to go to work because I do have to, go to a muggle job to make muggle money so I can buy things. I will see you guys all on Monday for our weekly forecast. Next Thursday, we will be talking about all the tools that you can use for working with your soul star chakra. Like I said before, if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to put them below. Private message me if you want. A thumbs up would be nice if you're watching the video, because a lot of times I don't know who's watching the videos, and Facebook isn't very good about even giving me the numbers. Sometimes I'll go in and a video will say 0% watched, and then I'll run into somebody in the grocery store and they'll be like, oh, your video on such and such was really cool, I liked it, and blah blah blah, and I'm like, it showed me 0 views. So I don't always know if somebody's watching or not. So again, a thumbs up would be awesome. It takes 10 seconds. All right, thanks, and I will see you guys all on Monday. Have a great weekend. I plan on doing some stuff around the house and getting my huge pile of crafting supplies hopefully organized. And remember, be kind. Your kindness is not only going to change your day, it's going to change somebody else's day, and it could potentially change somebody else's life. Love you. Thanks for watching. Bye.